Hi, welcome back. This is Carrie Waltz. I share tips, tools, and techniques for the artist in you. And today's video is going to be on seven ways to use the water brush. I have had a wonderful adventure with it, and it's become one of my favorite tools. And there's so many different ways to use it. My favorite is with watercolors, and that'll be number 7 of today. And see what you might do with it yourself. And if there's any ways that you use it that I don't list here, please let me know in the comments or ask me to try something, and I'll give it a try in the future. So I just think it is something that every time someone sees me use, I can't help but stop and show them how it works. And whether you're a watercolor artist or not, please check it out. Now, I used this brush before I was a watercolor artist, and I just fell in love with the medium because of it. So I'm forever grateful for learning the process. So today's video are those 7 ways to use it that I've used it. So take a look. So take your water brush, always put the lid on the back, make sure it's moist on the tip. This is just an index card, and so I want to test the color. It's very, very dark. So the only thing that I want very, very dark on here is his little nose and his little mouth. So cute. There was a graduation party outside and some honking of some cars, so I had to delete that video. Here I would just paint it over pen, and the pen was a permanent pen, so that was a great way to do it. This is with water-based pens where you can put different colors together, hit them with the water, blur them all together, and it's a lot of fun, but I don't use it very often because I don't want to have to carry all the different pens with me. Same reason why I don't use the watercolor pencils, because then you have to carry all the different color pencils, have a sharpener, all that kind of stuff. This is a pencil that's water soluble, and so when you hit it with the water, it gives it a nice soft edge. So it's a lot of fun to try, and gives you some nice darks. This is a fine tip one. The ones that are more the medium tip are probably what I've used more of, but it's also not a permanent pen, so experiment with the pens you have at the house and come back and hit them with water. You can transfer it, in the back to create kind of a soft feel of the wind or the weather, and in a very few minutes you have a little sketch. It doesn't have quite the color that some of the other pens do, but hey, it's kind of fun. Give it a try. I'm using an elegant writer. When I wanted a very tiny, tiny line, I turned it on its tip edge. This is actually a calligraphy pen. This is size 2.0 millimeters. So when I wanted thicker, laid it down thick, turned it tiny sideways to get a thin line. When I work with the elegant writer, I like to have a spare index card, again, to test my color or to pick up color. If you've never used it before, it is a pen that blurs out. It's not waterproof, so when you add water, it has a colorful take on it, and when you lift up, you get somewhat of a pinkish tone. So a lot of blue, and I wipe off my brush when I feel like it's got too much ink on it, and I want the little shadow up under here. I want to make sure that nose is really predominant. He's so cute. What I like to do when I'm working with the elegant writer is also transfer some to create a soft edge. So the edge of this container wasn't showing, and so I just threw that in there. So that's just another way to use it. If I want to soften those edges, I can just add a little water and it'll transfer. You can also add more pen to it while it's wet. If I want this darker, of course these lines are going to show, so I'm not going to totally get rid of them, but I can soften them. if I'm going to use this water brush, I really prefer having watercolor that I can mix my own color rather than taking all the different color pencils or all the different markers or pens that you can get now. I mean, I don't need all that. I can do so much with a limited palette. I'll include a link here showing some things with a limited palette. But the joy of this brush and these paints, if I, want to, I'll pretend paint an apple, okay? I'm just going to come in here straight from red. This is not watercolor paper. It's just an index card, so I can do this really quick and show you. Let me get that out of the way. Because of the immediacy of this brush and the fact that I don't have to carry a bunch of colors with me. Matter of fact, I don't like to carry a bunch of colors with me because it's weighted, and I'm often hiking when I'm out painting, and so now if I want, notice I don't have any green in my palette, so yellow and blue make green. I don't have much clean spot on my lid, but this will do. It's a quick demo. The fact that I can do so much with this brush, and I'm working small. I would not use this brush on a large studio piece. It's just going to frustrate you because it won't hold enough water and your paper is going to dry before you get it finished. I mean, I can come back and layer. That's still a little damp, and I might get a bloom when I do that. But I'm gonna add a little more intensity with the color, and leave it alone. Leave it alone. I have a hard time leaving watercolors alone. But that gives you an idea of how quickly you can lay something down. You can come back later, add pen if you want to. I often do what people call mixed media because I use watercolor pen, sometimes gouache. But man, I can take just a few little things with me, and I have so many options. So check out some of my other videos on watercolor journaling. If you're interested, I'll have a playlist at the end, and you can see what else you can do with this amazing little water brush.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it, because I am so close to 1,000 subscribers as of the filming of this. I hope to be there by the time this is published. So thank you again for joining me. Have a wonderful day.